Hi, everybody. Jamie Fleming here, and welcome to Friday's Focus on Finances. I'm coming to you from the road today in a little bit of chilly Ventura, California. And I bring that up because we're having some technology issues, so hopefully we're good to go and everybody can hear me okay. We'll check in and make sure that this information is available to you. But I'm excited today for a lot of reasons. I get to spend time with family, and it's also our last Friday for Friday's Focus on Finances for 2020, since next year we're going into the Christmas holiday. And then, believe it or not, it's going to be the new year 2 weeks from now. It just seems crazy that 2020 is coming to an end. So I thought I would take this Friday's Focus on Finances and talk about how to make your philanthropy more thoughtful and values aligned, just as we do with your financial planning. So it's a good time because the year end is really a milestone for many who engage mindfully in their philanthropy. It's a time of reflection, it's a time of planning, and December is a time to celebrate all the ways in which we've engaged in personal or family philanthropy throughout the year. And as 2020 comes to an end, you have an opportunity to set intentions for how you want to engage differently or deeper with your philanthropy in the coming year. So perhaps you have a favorite charity that you give to every year, or you sit on a board or a family foundation, or maybe you've not been as intentional about how you make philanthropic decisions, but you would like to be. 2020 has been a year of major devastation and loss for so many people, both in health and financially. However, interestingly enough, there are also many who've not only fared well this year, despite the pandemic, but have had record-breaking years financially over their 2019 goals. So the feelings of gratitude have brought up a heightened desire to do more and to look at different ways at giving back. So I wanted to take this time and I wanted to share 5 key questions or areas that can help you carve out your own unique roadmap to meaningful philanthropy. The first is, if you were to begin to give, or give differently, or give more, what would that look like to you? And as many of you who have listened to our Friday's Focus on Finances and or who are financial planning clients, we look at honoring your values. So if you honor your values and your desire to facilitate the change that you want to see in the world, then the impact is going to be more meaningful to you. And one of the best ways to do this is to even just take a notebook and set some ambitious but realistic goals for your giving. The issues you want to explore, the tools you have, the tools that you will use, and the resources that you have, and the milestones that will help you measure success. So does this sound familiar, right? When we look at putting in place your financial goals, this is exactly what we're doing. And when you do this, it gives you a way to not only measure your success, but also you can look and check back in with your philanthropic plan, say in June or quarterly, to see, am I on track with what I wanted to do and how I wanted to give back to the world? And you can look to see, does my plan need any adjustments? I always like, as you know, when we look at financial goals, which philanthropy is one of them, we look for ways to design a plan that's not only right for you, but we can also put your philanthropic goals on cruise control, just like we do planning for your retirement. When you put into your 401k automatically, just put it on cruise control. And what's nice about that is most people end up actually saving more when we invest that way, but also giving more when we can put these things in place that make sense, are within your budget, right? And so a lot of times what happens too is that one of the mindful things that you can do is make sure you're putting this as a part of your spending plan, and it becomes part of your overall financial picture in the same way that you do your other goals. So that the next area is, what personal values do you want to bring forward in your giving? So your philanthropy can be an expression of who you are. Identifying and connecting your values to your philanthropy will help carve out the why in your giving. Just like we look at the whys of your financial situation, we can incorporate the whys of your philanthropy. So let's say, for example, community is one of your core values. Then you can ask yourself, why do I value community in myself and others? Why is community important to me? And is there a way I can express community in my giving? And how can I connect with different charities that also reflect these values? And when you do that, then your giving becomes more mindful and you become more connected to the charities that you're working with. The third area is, are you activating your philanthropy to its fullest potential? And if not, what has been holding you back? So many of today's social change philanthropists have moved from checkbook philanthropy, which is considered a passive giving strategy, into innovative full portfolio activation, including social impact bonds, impact investing, mission-related investing, and funder collaboratives. These solutions may seem daunting on the onset, but they do not have to be. And with the right person, the right advisor who understands your vision and goals, those advisors, like how I work with my clients, we can help you do the legwork. And what's brilliant about this, right, is that this, of course, can help satisfy both your financial and philanthropic goals. So a lot of people forget that there's actually ways to invest. You're giving back, combining with others at maybe a deeper social level for social change that you're looking to have, but you're also, in conjunction with that, also satisfying your own financial goals at the same time. So it's another way to look at giving back in a different way, and it's twofold for you as well. The fourth area is, what is your relationship to money and how does that play out in your philanthropy? So whether you have a modest financial resources available to you or an abundance, everyone can craft a giving strategy that works for them. Right? There is a financial narrative woven through the complexities of our intergenerational relationships, and it has an impact on how we view and make decisions for our financial resources today. So it is important that you work with someone that can help you acknowledge and understand your relationship with money, allowing you to make more mindful decisions. Right? So a lot of this discussion today may sound familiar because we talk in the same way about your overall financial picture. And you can see when you're making these money decisions, whether it's about philanthropy or helping your children or getting your financial goals on track, they're very much interlaced with everything else that you're doing. So if your money story is in such a way that you're struggling with your finances personally, you may also be struggling with how you might be able to give back and how do I use the financial resources that I have at my disposal, whatever the level, to craft a plan that satisfies both yourself in what you want to do in community and giving back, and also being more mindful of reaching your own financial goals and putting that in place in a way that you can grow all those pieces of the puzzle. So it's important to look at what your relationship is with money, how you're making those decisions, and how that may be holding you back on a variety of levels, including your charitable giving. The last area that I want to talk about that I feel is very critical and very important is your philanthropy part of the larger family discussion? So just like the financial planning and money discussions that we've had, it's important to teach our children about philanthropy, which includes but goes beyond giving back financially. And talking about giving of time and giving of resources is also a critical piece of the puzzle that we can talk to our children about and help them find ways they can give back and contribute today at any age. And I've talked about the story of my daughter who's 11. who was visiting her grandmother over the summer and learned how to crochet. And she was crocheting scarves and decided, because she is very much aware of the problem of our homeless population, problem meaning there are a lot of them in the world, and it breaks her heart to realize and think about how they will fare when weather gets colder. And so she decided to instill a summer project of crocheting 50 scarves that she could give out to the homeless population, along with other basic necessities. And she went as far as creating a video, helped her post it on Facebook. And within a couple of days, she not only put her project out there, but she had people who wanted to support her with time, money, and resources. And she ended up actually raising over $1,000. She had people donating scarves, she had people donating yarn, and she actually has just now hit her goal, and just in time for cold weather, that she can have an impact on her part of the world. And in doing so, she actually motivated other people to do the same. And we've been hearing stories of all kinds of areas that kids have been giving back to their community in this really difficult time. And so there are ways for us to look at making this part of a larger family discussion and creating the value of giving back at a young age. And that's just going to grow into something deeper, and being very mindful of how our kids can use their resources to help other people. So I want to invite those of you who've been thinking about engaging differently with your philanthropy to make 2021 the year where your philanthropic plan is a complement to your personal values, your investment strategy, and your retirement plans. And so what my hope is, by this time next year, you will feel and be fulfilled and nourished by the decisions that you've made in the coming year. And this is an area that you can continue to work on and craft and change and adjust as time goes. And just remember, when your resources are more available to you, it's a great time to look and rethink how you're giving in the world, so you can create that automatic cruise control. But remember, if you're doing better than others, or you're doing better than you were before, then it's a good time to relook and rethink and see if you can actually give even more out in the world. And there is that law of attraction. You know, the more you give, the more it comes back to you. So it's not surprising when I talk to a lot of my clients who upped their giving this year because of everything that's going on, the devastation that they've seen, that those same clients are having record years themselves in addition to giving more. So it goes hand in hand. So I hope if you're in a place where you're able to give at whatever level, that you take advantage of that. And there's still time, as don't forget, there is a little charitable tax benefit for 2020 that you can still participate in. And it's a $300 tax deduction, whether you itemize your taxes or not. If you donate up to $300, you can actually get a deduction on your taxes. So you will benefit someone else, and hopefully this will instigate the beginning of a new mindful plan that you can craft for yourself and make 2020 as meaningful as possible for you, and possibly help those around you as well. So I look forward to starting 2021 with you all. I can't believe the next time I come to you, it will be next year. I hope you all, despite all the changes, I know a lot of people had to cancel Christmas plans, including my family had to adjust plans because of health and the increase in our COVID-19 results here, at least in California. I hope you all make this holiday as special as it can be. If your health is good and your finances are good, be grateful for what you have, and make sure you're telling the people that you care about in the world that you love them, and help them be safe as well. And I will see you next year with Friday's Focus on Finances. Of course, anytime you have questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to help, and we hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks, everybody.